Well, this is trade deadline day in the NHL, and for more on this very important day, we're joined by TSN Bardown's Luca Celebre. Luca, great to have you in studio. I understand this is the first time we've had someone from Bardown in here.
I think it is. I don't want to go on record saying that, but it feels like it is.
Well, let's just say it, just since it's Friday morning, and we'll go with that. So, okay, this is a huge day, but Kyle Dubas has already been so incredibly busy, kind of rearranging so much of the Toronto Maple Leafs lineup as they look for this playoff push, hoping to get past the first round. Before we get to any other teams, let's talk about the Leafs in particular. This is a Toronto news station after all. Yep. Do you think he's done? Do you think there's something he can pull off before 3 o'clock this afternoon?
I think there might be, just because of that first-round pick they got back for Rasmus Sandin. That's an important pick, and that's got some value to it. So if there is a move, then you probably start there. Maybe a goaltender. I feel like maybe Matt Murray's status is kind of up in the air for the rest of the season, so not quite sure if he's going to be ready to go for the playoffs, but if you want to add some insurance in net, never a bad idea. So I don't know if he's done. It seems like he's not, and it's kind of exciting if you're a Leaf fan to think that he's not done.
It really is, like, so many changes in just such a short amount of time. It's interesting to see how they gel, sort of making that move into the playoffs, of course. What about the rest of the league, though? Are there any sort of big moves that we're expecting? Because we've seen Patrick Kane move, we've seen a couple other high-profile players move, but are we expecting to see any more moves? Because trade deadline day sometimes turns into a dud based on the previous 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I think there's been over 40 trades in like the last week alone. So you've mentioned all the big guys are kind of off the board, which is interesting going into this one. So I guess today maybe expect the unexpected and expect some names that maybe no one is talking about to be dealt. Teams getting creative because, like you mentioned, all those big names are kind of off the board. So especially in the West, teams like Colorado and Vegas, maybe they look at this as an opportunity to load up even more. And I think the Avs, especially when you look at them, they need some help up front forward-wise because Landeskog hasn't played. And so if you're looking for back-to-back cups, maybe you're the Avs, you make a move that no one's expecting. You got some cap space. You've got first-round picks to trade away. Could be something that no one expects to happen.
Of course, most of the general managers are focused on the playoffs. Some are restructuring their teams and kind of in a rebuild mode for sure, but some of them are, of course, making that playoff run. What do you think, and we've talked about this already, but we've seen the Leafs now 2 games in with a sort of new look roster, 1 win, 1 loss. The pressure on Kyle Dubas, he's got a contract coming up. He's got to be feeling it here. In a general manager's sort of mindset here, what do you think they're doing on a day like today just to kind of prepare themselves and trying to protect their jobs in some way?
It's a great point. I really think if you're Dubas, you're just working every avenue possible to make this team better, and you're probably not worried as much about how the pieces fit in chemistry-wise. You are focused on the fact that, okay, this year, if we don't make it past the first round, I might be out of a job regardless of what I do and who I acquire and who I trade away. And so when you think of the job security like that, it's like, why hold on to these assets? I might not be here next year. Let's just go for it all. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I did everything I could. I exhausted all avenues. So he's probably doing that. And I wonder if he's a little nervous. I imagine he's probably not, but you must get nervous on trade deadline
Really
day.
quick, TSN has some special coverage today, and I saw O-Dog in a music video as well. But what's going on trade deadline day?
We've got the linear program, TSN Trade Center, like every year, and then just across the way there, Bardown on YouTube, on TSN's YouTube channel. We're going live from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., just covering all the trades.
All right.
Should be fun.
Luca, super exciting. Great to have you in the studio. Thanks so much. We'll get you back real soon.
Thanks.